And good evening, good evening, good evening. And if you're looking at my face, you know what face you got on. The Game Face. And this is the Game Face podcast. I'm Richard the Razor Ewing. That's Matt NoneTheWiser Wise. And if you're here, hey, you're doing it, baby. That's it. You're doing it. But as before, Matt, you know me, I got to go to the questions.
Get them.
So if you're trying to figure out how to make sure you can get your Social Security pay early before you actually retire, you're on the wrong podcast. And if you're trying to figure out how to pick up that Asian fried rice dish and make sure that it has extra shrimp, you're on the wrong podcast. However, if you're looking for insight into sports in the San Francisco Bay Area, you just put your GameFace on. And if you're looking for in-depth analysis and intrigue in sports on a national level, once again, you got your GameFace on. I'm Richard the Razor Ewing. He's Matt NoneTheWiser Wise. Matt, what do we got?
Giants took 2 out of 3 from the A's. That's huge.
Big. That's big.
Giants are playing the evil Doyers right now as we speak, as we record this podcast. And you have the Stanley Cup Finals. You've got the NBA playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
You've got injuries in the NBA playoffs.
Right.
So if you're a sports fan, and like a true legit sports fan that just loves sports, like your head is spinning and exploding and your thumbs are hurting from back and forth between games and channels. So it's a beautiful time. And not only is it a beautiful time for sports fans, it's a beautiful time if you got a few extra bucks laying around and you want to go put it down on the Gigantes against the Doyers in this upcoming series. And if you're going to do that, I encourage you to do it over at betonline.ag. The month of June is heating up with a ton of exciting sports action, and BetOnline is where you can find it. From basketball, hockey playoffs, to baseball's marquee matchups, including prop bets and futures. If you're going to bet a future, you may want to bet the Giants. Their future is looking pretty bright.
Yeah.
BetOnline has all the latest odds, news, and information for all your online sports betting needs. So I encourage you, visit the website today or use your mobile device to join and receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. So before the next tip-off, face-off, or pitch, head on over to betonline.ag and start playing today. BetOnline, your online sports book experts.
There you go. So if you think you got what it takes to place a bet and you know which team's going to win, go to betonline.ag. I can't do that because I'm a poor man. So
you so poor. You back there over there. You him and making your own clothes back there because you got the the sewing machine in the background
right there, man. Look. I'm telling you, man. We old school.
Hey, if you're here for sports information, we got you covered. If you're here for a hem on those pants, you on the wrong podcast. Yes. Richard ain't operating that machine behind him.
No,
that is not athletic equipment. We do not know how to operate it around here.
No, we do not. I want to go into MLB, and because you brought up the classic rivalry of the Giants and the Dodgers. But I gotta go to get into this because we got our first ejection, okay, for substances. Well, my man Hector Felipe Santiago, he just, I don't know, man. He and it was funny because I was trying to listen to his explanation of why he did it. You know, it was just like, okay.
He said, like, I have nothing. I used rosin. It was hot and it was sweaty out there, and I was trying to keep the sweat off my arm.
Yeah, right.
All I've been using is rosin. What maybe more likely they found was some residual residue from before this this whole shakedown, pat down, hands against the wall, stop and frisk has been going on in the MLB.
Right. And it's interesting, too, because some of these guys have had fun with it. I know Sergio Romo had fun with it I don't see
Dang near got naked. Dang near got naked out on the field.
His fun was not. That was not. That was not rated G. That was kind of PG-13 what he did. Okay, that was kind of. But
we've come to get that from Sergio Romo. He's
yeah. But but the thing is, he's a very lighthearted guy, and he's very he's very likable, and he's very funny. So I can appreciate why he did it. However, right there in front of the fans was probably not the best.
These guys are frustrated. This whole thing is ridiculous. And everybody's frustrated. The pitchers are frustrated, and the umpires are frustrated. The coaches are frustrated. The players are frustrated. The whole thing is just a joke.
But it's kind of back to what we were talking about last week too. It's like you think of, how many ways can MLB shoot themselves in the foot? You know what I mean? It's like this is one of them right here. Because really at the end of the day, the game is being played all this time. Now, I have to agree with the players at this point. Okay, it's like, okay, look, if you want to do this at the beginning of next season, fine, but you don't make something like this happen in the middle, okay, of the season like this. It's like guys are already primed to throw. They're ready to do their thing. They've been practicing, warm ups, that type of thing, and all of a sudden, right in the middle of the season, you decide, hey, by the way, if we catch anything in your glove, you're going to be suspended and tossed for 10 games or whatever. And by the way, Hector didn't lose any pay when he got suspended. So it's once again a situation where we were talking about this last week too. It's like, okay, you do this. What does it really do?
It's it's suspension with pay. He's going to get paid. And all he misses is one start out of his rotation. Because you remember, it's a 10-game suspension. These guys pitch about every 5 days. So he's only going to miss one start, and then his next 5th day, he'll be off suspension and he'll be ready to go. So, if you need a day off, or you just need an excuse to get out of the rotation, throw a little sticky stuff in your glove, put a little bullfrog, a little sunscreen all over your hand, and you'll get a day off.
Yeah. So it sounds to me, if you need a day off, that would be the possible way to go about it. But
yeah, I'm gonna try that at work tomorrow and see if I can get some time off. See if my bosses will toss me from the office.
Wait a minute. They're gonna come down to the office and be walking down and be like, hey, what's that?
What's that substance?
What's that substance underneath your hat bill there?
Yeah.
What is that? What are you doing? For? What is that?
Yeah, exactly.
You'd be like, okay, that's it, Matt. You're gone. Go.
Shout out to the hat, Campbell Little League All-Stars doing their thing in the All-Star run. Hey, then remember, these are some of the kids that would make it to the Little League World Series. I was honored to be the tournament director. They honored me with a hat, so I'm representing it today. They're playing today and they're winning, so things are good.
Okay, well, shout out to the Campbell
Campbell Little League All-Stars, baby.
Little League All-Stars. Shout out to them. Shout out to them, to the guys. They're out there getting it done.
That's right.
It's interesting that you said it, because my brother was actually in the Little League in San Mateo, and he was actually a pitcher. And they actually were one game away for playing in the Little League World Series.
That's what's awesome about it, man.
He was that good. He was actually that good as a pitcher. He eventually went on to coach football, and he coached San Mateo High School to its first CCS title in like almost 30 years. There you go.
Tough division out there too.
Yeah. So shout out to my little brother. I call him my little brother. He's actually bigger than me. Shout out TJ Ewing. Good brother. I love him. And but back to our sports. So we got Giants and Dodgers, and I'm thinking this has to be more than just for the Giants. This has to be more.
Hey, solo home run, Wade Jr. I'm sorry, man. I'm so stoked. Giants are down 2-0 already. Back-to-back home runs in the first inning off DeSclafani, Muncy, and whoever else went yard. And you know what? Wade Jr. right now just hits a solo yak deep to right field to bring the Giants back within one. So I'm sorry. A little play by.
No, don't apologize for that. We need that.
But
we need that. We need that interruption. That was a great interruption.
Let's go, baby. Giants. Let's take out the Dodgers. Beat LA. Beat LA. Bums out there in LA.
Okay, well, that's our coverage of the Giants. We got to move on. Okay, so let's go to the 2021 NBA playoffs. And we got to cover this because this is some exciting stuff going on right now. You were talking to me earlier. Apparently, Trae Young may not be in the next game.
Yeah, sprained ankle. It looks like he may miss maybe even two games. They're talking about. Honestly, this is the playoffs. This is crunch time. He's gonna play. I don't see him. He's listed as questionable, I think, right now, but he's gonna play. But if he doesn't play, or if that ankle is gonna hamper him in any way, shape, or form, it's gonna be a really, really tough series for the Atlanta Hawks against the Milwaukee Bucks.
Yeah,
it really is.
Yeah, and this is kind of what I was talking about before. When you have a game plan where you only have one person doing all the scoring, the thing is, when I was coaching basketball and I coached my guys, the first thing I always told all of them, and some of them hated, and some of the parents hated, I told them, look, everybody plays. That's it. Okay, I don't want no one person, dominating all the time, getting all the scores, getting all the shots. And don't get me wrong, we have some very skilled players, but the reason why everybody plays is that you want everybody skilled across the board. Now, if in the NBA, you're sometimes fortunate if you can get three players that can score. Now, if you get all five, man, that's it. That's a recipe for success. Okay,
that's what you always tell me.
Yeah. If you get five, during the game, if you get five guys in double figures, that's a recipe for a win. Okay, and if you got five guys that can score and can play defense, play both ends of the court, then that's a recipe for success. You're looking at a championship title team.
Well, and I think the Atlanta Hawks are playing a little bit above themselves, a little bit better. I mean, because you look at their lineup, they got Trae Young. That's it. I mean, no slouch. I mean, Clint Capella, Bogdanovich, but John Collins, Gallinari, Solomon Hill, Lou Williams. Lou Williams isn't even getting any run on the team.
Yeah, and we got to be honest. Some of those names are names that
it's not impressive, not for a playoff roster, right?
Well, it's not. But also, a lot of those guys, they're up in age. Man, Gallinari's been in the league how many years now? I mean, you start to look at it and start to think, okay, well, how much production can this guy really give you in one of the most competitive times of the season, which is the playoffs?
Right.
And then you think about this. It's like the loss they had last night. It's like, okay, yeah, we know they had Giannis, but really at the end of the day, what hurt the Hawks? Too much Chris Middleton. Too much
bananas.
Okay, dude, 20 points in the fourth quarter.
Ridiculous.
It's like, dude, I don't know who had him as an assignment, but they just didn't show up. Okay, I mean, that was just ridiculous to watch. I mean, and don't get me wrong,
Chris was 6 of 12 from the 3-point line. He shot 50% from three. I mean, what more can you ask for?
Yeah,
he had 11 rebounds. Dude proved why he's on Team USA, and will be representing us in the Olympics. But yeah, you look at that lineup against the Atlanta Hawks. That's tough. PJ Tucker, Giannis, Brooke Lopez, Middleton, Drew Holiday, Pat Connaughton. You just look at those names against what Atlanta is going to be putting out there, and if Trae Young's not healthy, it's going to be rough.
Yeah, it's going to be rough, and really, at the end of the day, you have to, sit Nate McMillan down and just say, okay, look, we can salvage part of this playoff, but really, at the end of the day, we're probably not going to come out of this. Okay, so you have to look at the drawing board, because I give it one or two games and then they're done. You're probably gonna stick a fork in them. And it's. I mean, don't get me wrong. We gotta, like you said, look at Atlanta for what they are. They were the Cinderella they got, and they played well throughout the playoffs. No question about it.
No, you tip your hat off to them. Yeah. They've done a great job.
They've done a great job. But this is the cream. This is the conference finals.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the game. These are the games that matter. Okay. In other words, what I call them basically the money games is what I call them. Because at the end of the day, it's like, hey, when the money's on the line, are you able to respond? That's what it's about.
Well, and for a team like the Atlanta Hawks, this is what I would call building blocks, because you're not necessarily, nobody's expecting them to go to the finals and win it. I bet Atlanta radio, they're not going, That's not the expectation. Yeah, they're close. They're almost there. They may
Mhm.
do something special. Who knows?
Mhm.
But these are building blocks. Like, you're going to take this experience. Trae Young will take this experience, the coaching staff, the team, and build on it for next year. And next year, they're going to be just as scary.
Yeah, yeah,
Coming
and that,
back
it,
on the other side of the series in the West, man, that thing is getting saucy. And Kawhi Leonard's a fool for not getting excited watching his team play. But that's going to be a good series. I know Phoenix is up 3-1, but what I'm really, really excited about in that series, because I even called him out last year in the bubble, Paul George. He didn't show up. He looked like he wasn't ready for the moment. It was too big for him. And you know what? He is showing up. He is balling out.
yeah,
And he's doing, and they need it. Like, if he doesn't, they're done.
yeah,
And he's balling out. So shout out Paul George, having a great series. 3-1. The game's going on tonight as we're recording.
right.
So we'll see what happens.
Okay, so some scuttlebutt came down, and I really don't know how much you can put in any of this, but apparently, John Hollinger of The Athletic basically wrote this piece that apparently it appears that Bob Myers doesn't want to spend a lot of time on developing players, which, and if it causes them to not be in the playoffs or even in the contention for the West. Between
Josh Schroerock from NBC Sports. NBA rumors: Warriors expected to use James Wiseman, number 7 pick, to upgrade.
And I can tell you right now, if they do that, guess what you got? You got the Chief and the Joe Barry Carroll trade all over again. Reincarnated all over again. And I'll tell you something, it's really sad. Okay. I don't even know if Myers was serious about that. I'm hoping that he's not, because that is the wrong move to do. Wiseman is going to be a beast no matter where he is. You could look, you listen to me right now, read my lips. Wiseman will be a beast no matter where he goes. Mark my words. Mark this day. Mark the day that I said it. I'm telling you, he is going to be a beast. And if the Warriors let him go, guess what? Just like they did last time when they did the Joe Barry Carroll trade, they get what they deserve.
Yeah,
and that's my team. I'm a Warriors fan. So
yeah, I'm a huge Warriors fan. I'm not a huge fan of that, giving up Wiseman. I think that would be Wiseman and a number 7 pick would have
too much.
It would have to be an all-star. It would have to be
who
someone.
they're talking? You know who they're talking about?
I'm sorry, that's not Ben Simmons. Isn't good enough.
No, not Ben Simmons. They're talking about Siakam from Toronto.
Not good enough.
No,
not good. I mean, all-star, but not good. Like, you're giving up a potential generational player for a short. Like, I understand the position they're in. Steph is getting older. Draymond's getting older. Clay's coming back from two gnarly injuries, and the window is getting smaller, and I get that, but don't mortgage the future, because James Wiseman can play with this team, and if not, you can draft 2 rookies that can make an impact. We're seeing what youth is doing in this league right now.
I just don't see to all of a sudden think on that level that, our players are getting older. It's like, you know what? Where's your confidence? Where's your faith? Let these guys play. Okay. Now I get Clay's coming back from a double injury. I get that. Still, you have not put your full product on the floor yet. Okay, you haven't. You've used some pieces here and there. You picked up Kelly Oubre. You've done a couple of things, but all of a sudden, you don't want to let your hunger, okay, supersede all logic. And I think in this case, that's what's going on. Okay. The Warriors' hunger, the front office hunger, to, get, successful again is superseding the logic, because the logic is telling them that, hey, you know what? We keep Wiseman, we bring Clay back, Steph will be back, Dre will be back. We move a couple of pieces. I don't know who just yet. Okay. Obviously, I'm looking at Damian Lee because I don't think he had COVID. I get that, but there's some missing things going on with him. And I know what you're thinking. You thinking I'm not trying to move Wiggins. I'm not trying to move him. I'm not. I like Wiggins. I think Wiggins, if they, and I don't know if they can keep all of them. That's the hardest part, because you got Oubre's contract and you got Wiggins and you got, and then they're trying to, with Clay and everything, it's like, that's where it gets sketchy. But I don't want to see Wiggins moved. I think Wiggins, in my opinion, balled out towards the last part of the season. He definitely woke up. He started hitting his shots. He even.
What do you mean he woke up and he started playing better? Dude was balling from the beginning of the year. You, my friend, just got on board late in the year. Dude was balling out of control. Wiggins is good. He's safe. He's good. Let's keep it.
Let's keep it. But this is the thing, though. You got to have a better bench.
You absolutely do. Wait. So you telling me we need a better bench? So the answer and solution to getting a better bench is to trade our number 2 pick from last year.
No.
And our number 7 pick from this year to get a better bench? That's what we're going to do with that. It makes no sense.
No, I agree with you.
I do not co-sign.
You're right. It does not make any sense. I'm just, when I heard that, I almost pulled over.
I'm reading articles on Yahoo Sports. There's at least 2 articles on there that are talking about this option of trading Wiseman and the number 7 pick.
I don't like it. I think it stinks. I think it really comes down to it. If this happens, this is probably going to be the worst move that Bob Myers has done since he's been at the helm.
I would definitely.
I think this is a garbage move, and you're not obviously clearly thinking straight at this point. Not to mention, you look at the bench right now. I tell you something. I wouldn't be surprised if Pascal gets traded.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened. Like, he just fell out of favor with Steve Kerr, or I don't know, or injury. I mean, I don't know. There was a lot of promise and a lot of hope, and he was playing well, and he was coming off the bench, and he was providing the defense and the distribution that they needed off the bench.
Mm-hmm.
And then he got injured, and he came back, and he never got back into the rotation.
Yeah, I kind of feel like they're probably going to move on him. I think he's had way too many injuries. I don't understand what happened. The chemistry between them, like you said, it kind of fell off. So,
right.
I don't know what to say.
I've heard Jordan Poole being trade bait. I mean, I think anything's on the table.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I think, if you're trying to go out and get a veteran bench guy,
mm-hmm.
Jordan Poole is the perfect trade bait for that.
Yeah,
a young player with a huge upside.
I don't care. I don't want to trade Poole.
Well, you got to give up something. Okay, you don't want to give up Wiseman.
You know what? I'll give up Pascal, Damian Lee, if you want.
Hey, I'll tell you what. I'll give up the water boy, the trainer, and the facilities manager for Kawhi Leonard. Like, you're gonna have to give up something for.
I just don't want to give up Poole.
Listen. The option also is a sign and trade with Kelly Oubre, and that can get you depth on the bench.
Okay,
but there's options other than James Wiseman, the number 7 pick, to move up in the draft or to get, a veteran bench guy. It makes no sense to me.
Okay, I can. Wow, this is hard to say, but I'll say it. I would be okay moving Oubre before Poole. That was hard to say.
It shouldn't have been. It shouldn't have been.
Well, no,
you got to give up
because,
something.
Yeah, I know we got to give up something, but still, you got to understand. I like the way Oubre played. Oubre, the one thing he does well, and a lot of guys are not focused on it, and a lot of the sports spectators here in the Bay Area have not talked about it. This guy goes to the hole like nobody I've ever seen before.
He does. He's
does.
not a great finisher.
If I was Steve Kerr, Kelly Oubre would be going to the hole all night. He would never take an outside shot. Okay, because that guy, when he goes to the hole, dude, he's going to drag people. He's going to score, and he's probably going to cause somebody to foul him. Okay, he's very prolific going to the hole. I've never seen nobody that aggressive. Last time I seen somebody that aggressive, you're going to hate me for saying this, but it was Kobe.
Oh, wow. Really?
That's it, man. But did you see the way the last couple of games he played when he went to the hole? My goodness, dude, he did not wait for anybody. He just went, wait a minute. Dunk the ball.
But 5 out of 10 times he's going to miss the dunk.
Well, no, that's not true. He didn't.
Okay, so he can go to the hole. He just didn't finish at the hole very well this year. He missed a lot of bunnies. So many bunnies that if I was his coach, I would have pulled them and been like, "You've got to make those."
Okay, I don't remember him missing that many. Man.
He missed a lot of bunnies this year.
Yeah, you must have been keeping track or something. I don't know. But anyway, we got a couple of minutes left, so we got to discuss the 49ers. I ain't wearing this hat for nothing. Okay, look, we got to discuss the 49ers. The talk right now at Cam, Trey Lance. Trey Lance is a talk. He's a talk right now. Everybody's talking about Trey Lance. And I'm just like, wow, I'm blown away because I'm like, man, where's my boy Jimmy G? What's going on? What's going on?
Check out the 49ers website. Joe Staley is doing he weighs in on the 49ers quarterback situation, and there's a whole breakdown. It's awesome, man. It's gonna be exciting. 49ers football. I've already buckled up my chin strap. I'm so ready.
Okay.
So ready.
I tell you something. You know what I did? I took a picture of I was driving by Levi Stadium. And I took a picture of it, right? And, they had, the big 49er thing. And it was just a picture. And I sent it on Instagram, right? And when I sent it on Instagram, I'm like, okay, Niner Faithful, where you at? Okay. I'm like, I don't know about you guys, but I'm drooling over the 2021 season, 22 season coming up. All of a sudden, I got all these lights are red. Yeah, let's do this.
Yeah, people are ready for Niner football. Kittles, everybody back. Let's go.
Wow. It's just, and you know who I want to see? I want to see Raheem Mostert. Okay, this next season. But
he's gonna have Shanahan's got the monsters that he wants in the backfield, right? He's not a one-trick pony, a one-guy pony. He's got the horses.
Right. But you know what else I want to see? I want to see your boy suit up and finish his career in San Francisco.
He keeps saying it, and I keep waiting for it to happen.
Yeah, I want to see it because that guy gave us so many, just so many. Oh my God, did you just see that? Okay. How many times did we say that watching him run the football?
Moments, so many moments. And coming out of college, they said that he was never going to be nothing because of the knee injuries. He had a terrible knee injury in college. I believe Miami is where he played.
They played in Miami.
And coming out of college, they said he wasn't going to, and you know what? He proved everybody wrong. And look at the career that Mr. Frank Gore had. Salute to you, Frank Gore.
Yeah, I tell you something. I got to meet him in person, and I tell you something. His personality on the field is the same off the field.
Yeah, class act.
Very nice guy.
With P. Willie.
Yeah, very, very approachable.
Guys.
Yeah, very approachable. Loves the fan base. And to me, that's enough for me to make Jed York say, "Look, man, come on down and suit up, man, and sign this contract, man, so you can retire as a 49er."
Exactly.
You make that happen. When you're Jed York and you're running this organization and you're dealing with the faithful and you're dealing with the many years of San Francisco 49er football, that's something you just get done. You don't even second guess that. You make that happen.
Absolutely. And you know who else got it done today, Richard?
Do that.
I don't know if you've been following the UEFA
Wait,
Euro
I knew you was gonna bring
2020.
that up. I knew you was
But man, both those games today, fire games.
They were.
Croatia put up a battle against Spain, showed so much heart coming.
I can't believe Spain
behind.
but still I can't believe Spain fell behind. They were ahead.
They fell behind. A penalty kick would have put Croatia. I mean, the game was bananas.
Yeah.
And then to top it off, the next game, France, who's the world champs, they're the ones expected to win it all.
Right.
Get beat by Switzerland today in penalty kicks.
You gotta love the Swiss.
Round of 16, the Swiss, like a Swiss Army knife, get it done in penalty kicks. Round of 16, UEFA soccer, super, super exciting today. So yeah, man. I don't like, if you're not a sports fan and excited, something's wrong with you.
Yeah. Not only that, we're not going to go into
Olympics are starting up like that, dude.
Yeah.
Bro, I don't sleep during Olympics because I got to get all the sports in. I'm watching every piece of sports that's coming from the Olympics, dude.
I'll tell you something. You talk about that. I'll tell you something. One of the things I'm going to say this and then we got to go. In one word, Wimbledon.
There you go.
Okay,
that
look,
too.
That's it. Look, I got it, and then we got to go because we've been here, we've been hanging out, having a good time. As always, he's Matt NoneTheWiser. Wise. I'm Richard the Razor Ewing. Matt, always you don't disappoint, brother. Always a great show. We're basically GameFace. Okay, you can come in, you can put your feet up, you can have a drink, but if you do, you better have your game face on.